Making sure your electronic devices are secure while traveling overseas is as important as keeping your passport safe. Crime targeting electronic devices is a real and growing risk. Whether you're all about security when you travel or just casually using your device on the road, make sure you pay attention to cybersecurity and take steps to handle it. In this video, I'll show you how to protect your stuff before you leave and keep it safe while traveling. We'll cover social media traps and solutions, and what to do if you think your devices or data got hacked while you're on the go. All right, let's get into it. Information is a hot commodity. Digital identity theft is becoming a bigger problem for travelers. Personal cybersecurity is important to keep you safe. Another thing to stay on top of in this modern world is that when you're traveling in a politically or socially unstable area, having information on your devices that associates you with a specific cause or political affiliation can be risky, even though you don't know it. So how do you protect your devices and data before you leave? The best way to protect your personal devices and data from being compromised is to leave them at home. If you don't need it, don't take it. If you're planning to get a local SIM card, you should consider using a cheap burner phone for the trip. Once you're back, avoid using the burner phone at home. Dispose of it thoughtfully and never store sensitive information on it. Yes, that sounds drastic, but if you're going to some areas of the world, don't dismiss it out of hand. But if a burner phone is not an option, there are steps you can take to make your devices as secure as possible. The principle is don't take information or devices you don't need. Back up all your important data before you leave and leave that backup at home. Here's more you can do to protect your devices. First, enable passcode logins on startup. Second, create strong passphrases for all of your devices and applications and social media accounts. Third, use multi-factor authentication where it's available. And fourth, never store your passphrases on your device. If you're taking a business laptop or a personal laptop with large amounts of sensitive data that has to travel with you, consider using a tamper seal over the hard drive access point, or consider using USB port locks. Make sure that your operating system is fully patched with the latest security updates. Also, download up-to-date antivirus, anti-malware, and anti-spyware protections. Now, those can often be supplied as part of your device's operating system already. Another step is to enable a firewall on every device where possible. Here's more that you can be doing. Now, I know each step might inconvenience you a little for sure, but it's worth it for the peace of mind to keep everything as secure as possible. It really is worth it in the long run when you're away from home. Okay, update your web browsers and implement strict security settings. That means disabling auto connect for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Make sure you disable wireless device-to-device sharing such as AirDrop on iOS and Nearby Share on Android. Consider using a VPN on all your devices that may be accessing the internet. Okay, so now you're away. What do? Preparing your device isn't the only step you need to take. While you're traveling, there are additional things you can do to keep your devices secure and your data safe. First, always keep your electronic devices with you. Don't put them in your checked-in baggage. If they have batteries with them, you shouldn't be doing that on a flight anyway. But if you're on a bus or a train, make sure you keep these devices near you and within sight. Turn your devices off when going through airport security checkpoints. There are a lot of people and devices around, and you don't want to fall victim to some kind of data hijacking in this situation. It's unlikely, but it's a simple step you can take to eliminate any risk. Now, don't assume your devices will be safe in your hotel room, even in the locked safe. In some destinations, hotel rooms are often searched. If you have to leave devices behind, remove the battery and SIM card if possible and take them with you. Don't lend your devices to people you don't trust or allow people to charge the device using yours. If your device is taken out of your site for security screening or has potentially been accessed during a room search, you have to assume that it's been compromised and your hard drive has been copied. Okay, let's talk about virtual safety and the steps you can take. Remember that any information you send electronically can be intercepted unless you can guarantee the network is secure. Now, Wi-Fi is definitely vulnerable to malicious use. Your mobile network is often more secure than public Wi-Fi, And that's a good reason to consider using an eSIM rather than public Wi-Fi. And it's also safer than using a different physical SIM card when traveling. So yes, don't have any expectation of data privacy on public Wi-Fi, hotel Wi-Fi, or in internet cafes. So don't send information or sensitive personal data on unsecured Wi-Fi connections. But also be aware that phone networks might be monitored in some destinations, making sensitive calls using an encrypted VoIP service on your own device rather than the local telecom network might be in order. And if you can, just don't share information which you consider sensitive. You should only turn on Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and other data capabilities whilst you're actually using them. Keep them off at all other times. And don't use the Remember Me option for passphrase protected websites. Log out when you're finished. Also, clear out your browser history, cookies, and caches each time you finish browsing. That will remove any credentials or other information that was stored whilst you were in your online session. Don't open emails from unknown sources. Delete them and make sure you empty your email trash too. If you're going to be having sensitive or secure in-person conversations whilst you're traveling, power down your device and put it away from you or remove the battery. That's to eliminate the risk of any malware snooping on your conversation, relaying it to somewhere unknown. Okay, let's talk about using shared devices. Never trust publicly accessible shared devices. If shared computers aren't well maintained, they may have key-logging malware that can record your passphrases, credit card details, and other personal information that's valuable for identity theft. USB connections on those computers and devices can transfer malicious malware and spyware to your devices. These can then send your data to external recipients and track your location. They can also remotely turn your microphone on to track conversations even when your device is turned off. Don't use internet cafe or hotel business center computers to do things like internet banking or online shopping. Avoid logging in to personal email or social media or sharing any of your data in that way on those sorts of devices. You should use your own plug and cable to charge your devices or a charged battery pack. Avoid using shared direct to USB port charging stations, which you might find in airports or travel hubs. Instead, consider using a USB data blocker if you really have to. Never use USB thumb drives or cables that are gifted to you or come as a freebie when you purchase something else. Okay, let's talk about social media. We're all about posting everything on social media, and that's especially likely when we're traveling. Unfortunately, that can make social media a valuable target for cybercrime. Social media can be risky in some destinations where there are social or political tensions or laws that may seem unreasonable by your own country's standards. Travelers have been arrested in the past for things that they've said on social media. So, lock down your social media profiles so you can control who's seeing what you post. Most social media platforms have an option to allow only your friends to view your content. Check the platform security guide for further privacy and security features that you may be able to switch on. Don't constantly share your location. It's fun to post travel snaps, but if it's public, they can track where you are, right down to your accommodation. If you must share holiday snaps while you're traveling, and I do, consider only posting locations that you've already left. Don't post pictures of your accommodation whilst you're still there. And don't post pictures of your passport, boarding pass, or other tickets. These contain sensitive personal information, so at the very least, be careful to block out that information on any images. Don't leave your social media logged in on your devices. If your device is taken for screening at a security check or stolen, logged in social media profiles are an easy place to look for information. Try not to comment on local, social, or political events on your social media. Posting something that aligns you with the political movement or is seen to criticize the local authorities could put you at risk, even if that wasn't your intention. Your own government will be very limited in what they can do to assist you if you're accused of breaking local laws. Okay, so what should you do if you think your device has been compromised? The problem is you may not be able to tell definitely if your device has been compromised, but there are some things you can watch out for. Things like applications or the whole device crashing repeatedly, pop-ups and ads that weren't there before, or suspicious activity in the account accounts connected to your device. You might see excessive data or battery consumption on your device that can't be explained by your own personal usage. If you are worried your device has been compromised after seeing some of these things, there are a few things you can do to protect yourself. If it's a mobile phone or tablet, switch to airplane mode. This will prevent it from sending data. If it's a laptop, turn off the Wi-Fi and don't connect to the internet. Now, immediately run anti-malware, anti-spyware, or antivirus applications on your device. Change all of your passphrases and log out of all active sessions for accounts connected to your device. If your device belongs to your workplace, hand it in as soon as possible to your ICT team for inspection. If it's a personal device and you're still concerned after running cleaning software yourself, seek advice from a trusted service center for your device brand. If you backed up your device before traveling, you can perform a factory reset, then restore from your backup. That's why doing that backup before you leave is so important. So these simple steps can help you enjoy your travels whilst keeping you cyber safe. Check out this video next on how to get through airport security simply and stress-free.